Hello everybody on YouTube. This video here is not exactly a balloon video. It's more of a how I work at a birthday party. I think many of you are just starting to do balloons and don't quite know how to handle a birthday party or how to start it. So this is how I start just about every party. I've come into the house, I've introduced myself to the lady that's hired me, because it's always a lady that hired me. And then I come in, all of my balloons and everything I need are in this backpack, okay? Now these pants I wear just because I pretty much need to keep me warm where I live. It's normally a little cool. So I will take these pants off, throw them with my jacket. If the party's inside the house, I just have socks. If the party's outside in the backyard in warmer weather, I do have a couple of pair of shoes that I wear. They're really quite basic shoes, but they work well enough. Okay, this vest here is I got the material from Twist 'em Up, and I had a neighbor sew it into a vest for me. And these pants are just nursing type pants. I got them at a uniform store. You'll notice that my knees are a little faded right there and right there as well, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. Now, I'm already talking to the children, and I'm putting on my hat. And this is my hat. It matches my vest. Okay, so just in case you need to know how the hat stays up, I just have some balloons that I've tied, a 260 on each side, not a full 260 of course, and I've pushed that into the hat. I always, they've got a seam at the back on this edging, so I put that at the back of my head, and I'll put that on. And some of the kids will say, "Why do you wear that hat?" And I will say, "Because it makes me look handsome." They laugh just about every time. Okay? You need to do something to make sure the kids like you, and that is the easiest way to do it. Then I reach into my apron, or into my bag, and I pull out my apron. Okay? Now for those of you that don't have an apron, I think they're just the best. A lot of people do like the busking bag, and that's also fine. Anyway, I blow up the first balloon, and then I start telling the kids the rules. Now, one of the rules is I get to decide what they get for their very first balloon. I'll show you why in a little while. This balloon is for me. I put it underneath the apron. It does two things for me. One, it makes my balloons a little easier to reach, and two, this apron can get so hot you won't believe it. So you put the balloon in there and it keeps it away from you. And then you've got what I call airflow. Okay? Now I don't need my bag anymore, my backpack, so I just put it off by the door or wherever. And then I come down and I will actually kneel with the children. And as we're telling them the rules, I'm saying, "Hi, how are you? Well, thanks for letting me come to your party. You look like you have a lot of great friends here." And just keep chatting with the children. Talk about what they're wearing or not wearing. Talk about how old they are. Some of them will say, "Oh my goodness, you were at my party too," or "I want you at my party." They'll say a million things, and just keep talking. But please, 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 while you're talking, you must be twisting balloons. Now, then you size it on the child's head, is a princess crown. That's, of course, for a young lady. My suggestion is if you're twisting for gentlemen, always ask the people of the house, the wife again, "Can I make weapons?" If it's a birthday party or any function, school function, or more of a daycare and kindergarten classes, always ask the teacher what the rules are, and the mother of the house. If you ask the father, he'll look at his wife and he'll ask her, and then she'll know the answer, okay? So I'm talking here as I'm twisting balloons in hopes that you realize you must get balloons into the children's hands as fast as possible. That's why I do not take requests at the beginning of a party. After everybody has one thing, and on their second one, they can tell me what they'd like. Okay? And then I will try to accommodate that as much as possible. That's for a boy. But anyway, back to the gentleman. I have found it to, if you can make a weapon at a party, never make the weapon at the beginning. You make the weapon for the last 2, 3, or 4 boys. So long as those are the last 3 or like you want a different weapon for each child. Okay? Then of course round 2, all the boys will want weapons if they can have it. If they can't have it, stay away from weaponry. Okay? Here's another weapon for a boy. If you're still making for girls, just keep talking about whatever you think is best. But what I really think you should do is talk and twist balloons at the same time. Okay? Hopefully that's what you're getting off of this. And maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't, I'm kneeling this entire time. Some of the balloon things that I will make, I will need to stand up just to make it easier for me. Or I'll have to stand up to put it on their head or to put this butterfly on their back. Okay? It's just one of the easy ways to keep the children from jumping all over you. Kneel down. Sometimes there's a big butterfly. If you hold their hands, that makes it easy too. But then of course you can't twist balloons. Anyway, hopefully you learned something from that one. And we'll see you again later.